Hey you guys, it's me again, the Metaverse Explorer. Welcome to episode 11 of Star Atlas. This is a very small episode. We're going to be discussing and kind of highlighting the recent AMA that just happened with Santi and with Michael Wagner. So before we go ahead, please do this for me, okay? It's very easy, and there's some timestamps all the way below here. So if you want a specific section in the video that you want to know about, feel free to go to that section. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is the short story winners. This short story in conjunction with Great Protocol, and Santi and two other staff members were the ones that chose this story. They got a 100,000 grape first prize reward, which is about 18,000 US dollars for writing a story. That's a pretty good amount. That's a pretty good prize for a story, I think. The next thing we're going to be looking at is the guild paper. It's an introduction to all the bigger guilds in Star Atlas, and it was done by one of the newer guild decks in Star Atlas. The next thing after that was going to be having a small snippet about the gas extraction. Oh, thanks, CG. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, mate. We're going to have a look at the small gas. We're going to talk about the food production and the things that Michael Wagner said about that. So food is really confirmed in here. You will have to probably feed your crew. You might have to grow it. You might have to harvest it. And this will probably come in line with the recent Medium article they posted. Another topic that they discussed was the Super DAO structure is currently being worked on in Star Atlas. And they're making it really easy for each DAO to have literally a click and play DAO structure. So you'll be able to come in as a guild leader and it'll be super easy, super intuitive. And that's what they're kind of aiming to do. The next thing is that Michael Wagner actually gave little hints about VCs approaching all the different DACs and trying to give them money, trying to actually invest in the decentralized autonomous corporation. So they give them money, they'll be able to buy ships, they'll be able to employ workers, basically like a business. This is like unheard of. I haven't heard of a VC giving money to a guild to play a game. This is the MetaVerse, guys. This is crazy. Let's see what actually happens. He didn't quite mention which VC it was, but there are a few Solana-specific VCs out there. I'm looking at Sino Global Capital. If it was them, I called it here first. All right, and then the last thing that they talked about, just really at the end a little bit, was Michael Wagner was kind of hinting at that they were exploring into, while you're doing your ship missions, as you'll be able to stake your ships to go on these missions and they'll come back in a period of time, you might be able to stake your NFTs, as in your cosmetic items with the ships as well. So I suppose they don't really have this ironed out. They still have a few details that they need to work out, but at least they're thinking about this sort of stuff. All right, so without further ado, let's do it. All right, so to start things off with, we'll have the competition winners. So this is the competition to write a short story or the background for AFEA Guild, AEP Guild, which is our guild. Hey guys, hey guild mates, if you're watching, hey. Okay, so this is a Medium article. Basically, it ran, there were 28 short stories and there were 27 different writers. So one guy must have submitted two different stories. Now, the judges were Pablo, Santi, and Matej, who are the head of communications, head of community, and the co-founder and CRO. There must have been a lot of reading because I read some of those and they were pretty good. We have the winners here. Congratulations to Meow the Cat, who wrote the short story, Who Am I? So I'm going to leave the link of this down here below so you can click on this and as well and read the entire short story yourself. So that's the winner, Meow the Cat. Congratulations, man. You got 100,000 grape, and I think it was a PSX4. An F4 fighter? I'm not entirely sure, actually. I have to read that. We'll see it right now, actually. And then the second place, by the way, that first prize, that's 100k grape. At today's prices, that's $18,000. $18,000. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's a lot. Second place goes to Cavicon D. Penman, or Chief Sifun, for The Fall of the Great Paizul. If you weren't familiar, this is one of the MetaVerse posters, and it's about a guy who was assassinated. He was a great leader, beloved by all, which was a great story as well. I specifically read this one, and I thought it was pretty good. And finally, the third place goes to the Bowen or Wallaston, and his short story was titled The Heart Calls Out. Congrats to the winners. Your bag of grape will be on its way very soon. Let's get rid of that. Prizes, 100k grape, PSX5. Second place was 50k grape, which I take it is like $9,000 US. Oh, $9,000 for second place. Great. My God. And third place was 10K Grape and X4. So you can go ahead and read all these short stories. They're pretty good. All right, we'll move on to the next topic. All right, so next up is Michael actually confirming some alpha that I did drop, and I also tweeted about it, and he retweeted me, and he kind of confirmed it in this AMA. Basically, what he said was that so the amount of emissions going out to each faction, so the Mud, the Oyster, and the Oni region, are equal. So what that means is that the factions will be getting an equal amount of Polis or Atlas, I'm not entirely sure which one, and that'll have to be divvied up by all the different people in that actual faction. So at the moment, let's take a percentage. Let's go 100%. So there's 5,000 people in Mud, there's 4,888, and there's 5,337 in Oni. So if we were to go to 100%, that means the Oni region would actually be getting a higher percentage, would be getting a low percentage if you are in Oni. You'd have to share your rewards with another with 5,377 people. Whereas, so what does that mean? That actually means you will be getting a smaller portion. If you go into the Oyster region, they have 4,888 players. They each individual will have a larger portion of the percentage, if that makes sense. So that's a really good thing that's actually happened, and a lot of people are praising Star Atlas for this. Basically what it means is that, you know, no single faction will be over dominated. If you're too popular in one faction, if one faction is too popular, then everyone in that faction will be getting really like a lot lower rewards. Why would they have to do that? They could just go to another faction and kind of, you know, earn a higher reward. All you have to do is just play another character in another faction. So I think it's a really good idea. It really it balances the playing field for everyone, I think, and it just makes it makes the gameplay a lot better when I think everyone's a bit equal, you know. Yeah, that's what I think. All right, so the next topic is actually something that's really excited that's happened in Star Atlas. So the Atlasio family, which is one of the newer guilds, have created a research document about all the guilds in Star Atlas. If you watch in some of my previous videos, I did try to cover this. There were too many factions to cover, decks to cover, but they've done a really succinct job of it. I think they've been able to portray the information very neatly, very organized, and it's just a well-written research document. So I'm going to quickly scroll through this and we'll have a really short look. I'm going to provide the link for you just down here, so feel free to browse it as well if you want. And this is a good resource as well, you know, to get to know other factions and what they're about. So we just have the intro page here. I'm just going to go past that and shout out to the Atlasio family. Well done on this document. Amazing. We have a table of contents, just a normal table of contents really, and these are the guilds that are actually featured: Aethia, Mana, BSA Club, Final Frontier, Heimdall, Rome, Syntax, Skull and Bones, Star Horizon, Tree, 0x Gaming. And they have a little donation address here. So if you do appreciate this document, feel free to send them some Solana, or send them an NFT, or send them like a small ship. I don't know, up to you if you feel this document was worth your time. So a small introduction, kind of the guild ecosystem, and they go around and actually highlight each specific guild. So this is Aethia, AEP. Hi AEP, hey, how you going? This is my own guild as well, so if you couldn't tell from the intro. So it just talks about the mission statement, their goals, structuring, that sort of stuff. And then you go down all the way to our Mana group, and then it provides the same thing. It gives you info about that group, where you can contact them, what the kind of a size they have, what lore, that sort of stuff behind them. And this is the club, the one that's boasting lots of money. They seem like a bit too flashy for me, to be honest. We've got Final Frontier, Heimdall Industries, probably the first competitor to Aethia, whereas because they are also a shipbuilding deck, whereas this Aethia is also a shipbuilding deck. We have Interplanetary Conglomerate, we have Interstellar Alliance, the biggest probably guild in Star Atlas. They have more than 17,000 members, and they have Mud faction. So as we saw before, they have all their players in Mud, which makes them very, you know, Mud concentrated. So they might have difficulty sourcing resources in other factions unless they have alliances, which they do. But yeah, that's how you play the game, you know. Okay, we got Rome, another prominent guild. You can contact all these 5 people. They're the leaders over there. Syntax, and we have some PvP guilds. We have, oh, this is the PvP guild, Skull and Bones. Ooh. Piracy and Deep Space Conquest. If you see Skull and Bones, just run. Just run. Their goal is to destroy your NFT and take your loot. If you see Skull and Bones, get out. Just get out. Unless you have AEP behind you. Hey. All right, so that's it for now. I'll leave it here below, like I said. Yeah, feel free. And shout out again to the Atlasio family. This is a very well done document, very well documented. So kudos to you guys. Well done. Well done. All right, next topic. This is just very briefly, Michael did mention that there will be food production and also food maintenance. So your crew might have to eat some food for you to go onto these missions. Just same way that you would have to refill your ship or you would have to repair your ship if it's been damaged somehow. So that is kind of a given. We already have this kind of agricultural setup that we've seen before, where you will have to it'll just be like another resource. You will have to buy it or create it yourself, maintain the factory and harvest it and then sell that to market. It's just another resource and just another kind of like to me, it's actually a gold sink, because you need to be have items in the game that take away, that deflate the currency, the same way as you would buy any other cosmetics in any game. So yeah, it's okay. It just adds another dimension, another factor of gameplay into it. Cool. So just to add to that as well, so if you do have a crew, like such as these beautiful three people in here, actually 2 people and 1 robot, they will probably need to eat some food. Oh, that actually makes me think, will the Oysters need food? Will they need sustenance to survive? Oh, that might be like a faction benefit. Oh, I just thought of that right now. That's awesome. And that would be cool. That means there would be an overabundance of food in Oyster region, and that might be super cheap. And you might have to be able to arbitrage between the 2 regions. That's great. That's great. Okay. Yeah, so as I was saying, you might have... So we know what the current resources are. We know that there will be gas extraction. We know that there will be ore mining. We know now that there will be food production, or / whatever the resources of that faction are. I think gold and some of the other ones that I don't really remember their names of because they were made up. Okay, we'll go on to the next topic. So the next topic, I don't have the clip here, but you can watch the AMA and find out as well, since this is just a brief summary of the AMA. So basically what they said was that you will be able to, I'm just going to mute this. So you will be able to, as a guild leader, have a literally plug and play, not literally, a plug and play sort of approach for DAOs or DACs. All you need to do is probably click a few buttons and you will be able to actually assemble your entire guild, maybe the entire guild structure, if there will be a treasury, if there will be a multi-sig, all this sort of stuff is what they're thinking about. So Michael said they're actually still working on their super DAO structure. So, you know, the DACs, so either the Oyster region or the Oni region. These are the larger ecosystems, and then you'll have all the DACs under them. So as a DAC lead, as a DAO, a super DAO, they're working on that at the moment, and also they're working on the DAO structure that all the DACs will need to use and utilize. What he said was it'll be super easy for you to actually do this. So that was good news to see, because they'll really need to provide the tools for us to actually they will need to accommodate us in this, because there's they're the head creators. They'll have to make this for us. The next thing that Michael did mention was that they've had some rumors going around that some VCs are actually approaching some DACs for them to actually give them money, either sponsor them or kind of just literally do a VC investment into some of the DACs for them to purchase ships and for them to actually allow their workers to work. This is literally like building a business. These VC guys are crazy. This is something that I haven't really heard of before, for VCs to invest into a DAC. Maybe a DAO. VCs have probably invested in DAOs before, but not a DAC to play a game to earn NFTs and sell those NFTs for some money, or at least earn some Polis or Atlas. So this article is just a long time ago. It's from January. That's like ages in crypto time. It's just about the seed round with Serum. But it just brings to mind that, you know, the VCs are out there. When they see an opportunity to make money and they see a DAC that is super organized and that has their stuff together, has their together, then yeah, if there's opportunity to make money, that's their prerogative. They will give you money and they will expect a return. So what initially, I don't know anything about this. All I'm speculating is that probably the biggest one that they might be looking at is Interstellar Alliance, or maybe like a YGG sub-faction in Star Atlas. We'll keep the space open because nothing's actually materialized. There's been no announcements. So let's just wait and find out and see what actually happens. And the last item for us to actually discuss today is Michael Wagner did say that they are now exploring, and I'll probably provide this small clip for you as well. Here it is. Michael did say that they are exploring when you send out your ship to do missions, you will be able to actually stake your cosmetic NFTs as well, and that should also provide some kind of ROI. There's a few issues around that, I think, because cosmetics are really supposed to be cosmetics. They're not supposed to be interest-bearing items. You're not supposed to be able to earn on that. But hey, who am I to say? If the community votes on this and they say this is what we want, then they'll probably program them in. Now, keep in mind these NFTs will probably not be able to do the missions themselves. That makes no sense. It's a shirt and it's a jacket, so you might have to attach that to your ship, or attach that to whatever you're going to use to earn value. So yeah, so that's it for now, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Shout out to AEP, Funcracker, and Prometheus. You guys are leading the guild so well. We've got some little teasers of some videos coming out soon, so you might see this space somewhere very, very soon. We'll see. Yeah, so thanks for listening. If you like the content, remember, like and subscribe. I'll see you very soon with a couple new episodes. We might do a tutorial about how to choose a faction and kind of the benefits, pros and cons about the factions themselves. So for now, this is goodbye. I'll see you very soon. Ciao.